Are you insane? You just attacked America. Galactic Commander in shock. Setting: the year is 2157. Earth has evolved into a united global government, working with an interstellar alliance of various alien civilizations. Despite centuries of peace, the human race has recently developed a powerful new military technology capable of altering the course of space warfare. This makes them both a valuable ally and a potential threat in the galactic community. Main characters: General Nathaniel Carter, a highly decorated, experienced commander of Earth's space defense forces. He is a veteran of countless space skirmishes and known for his strategic genius. Commander Thalana, a high-ranking alien officer from the Varelian Empire, a powerful species of highly intelligent, telepathic beings. They have a long history of collaboration with Earth but are wary of human advancements. Admiral Corin, a high-ranking officer in Earth's new fleet, less experienced but ambitious. Corin is instrumental in activating Earth's new weapon, unknowingly triggering a galactic-scale conflict. Director Ilara Vasquez, a top-level intelligence officer working for the Earth Alliance, skilled in both diplomacy and espionage. She must navigate the political and strategic fallout from the attack. Premise: a critical misunderstanding leads to Earth accidentally launching a devastating strike against an alien planet, previously believed to be part of an enemy faction. General Carter, Commander Thalana, and Admiral Corin are caught in the aftermath of a catastrophic event that shakes the Galactic Alliance to its core. Themes: the consequences of technological advancements. Can humanity control the power they've harnessed, or will they inevitably push too far? Diplomacy versus war, the balance between peaceful alliances and the looming threat of intergalactic conflict. Moral dilemmas, the line between doing what's necessary for survival and the unintended destruction that follows. Opening scene. Chapter 1, a calculated mistake. The hum of the Starship's engines reverberated throughout the command deck of the Aegis, Earth's newest flagship. In the heart of the United Earth Space Force, General Nathaniel Carter stood with his arms crossed, eyes focused on the holographic display before him. His sharp, angular face bore the weight of years spent commanding fleets, making life-and-death decisions that had determined the fate of countless souls. But today, he felt a sense of unease gnawing at him. The mission was simple, a reconnaissance operation. With tensions rising in the galaxy, it was vital that Earth keep its allies close and its enemies closer. The Varelian Empire had long been a valuable ally to Earth, providing intelligence and technological support during the turbulent times of intergalactic peacekeeping. The latest intelligence, however, had indicated a breach, an unknown faction suspected of destabilizing the galactic order hidden within the Varelian territories. General Carter, came the voice of Admiral Corin, his second-in-command, as he approached. We've just received clearance to launch our strike. Carter's eyes flicked to the young officer, whose face betrayed nothing but a sharp focus on the mission. Corin, eager to prove himself, had been insistent that Earth deploy its newly developed weapon, an energy-based missile capable of penetrating the core of a planet. The weapon was still in its testing phase, but the potential was enormous. If it worked, it could turn the tide in humanity's favor, ensuring their place at the top of the galactic food chain. Are you certain about this? Carter asked, his voice low but firm. We've cross-checked the coordinates twice, Corin replied, his tone confident. The target is in a Varelian-controlled sector. It has to be them. Carter hesitated, uncertainty settling in his chest. The Varelians were a highly advanced and peaceful species. Attacking one of their planets, even one suspected of harboring enemies, could have catastrophic consequences. Launch the strike, Carter said, a sense of dread accompanying his command. Chapter 2, the Shockwave. The missile streaked across space, a blinding trail of energy that bent the very fabric of the void. It was unstoppable, its trajectory locked onto its target. On board the Aegis, Carter watched the countdown with increasing tension, unable to shake the feeling that something wasn't right. But it was too late. The missile struck. A massive explosion rocked the galaxy, sending ripples through the fabric of space itself. From the viewports of the Aegis, they could see the distant glow of the explosion, a star-like flash that quickly died down into nothingness. The sensors went haywire, and alarms blared throughout the ship. General, we've lost contact with the target planet, shouted one of the crew members. Carter's stomach dropped. This wasn't just a military installation that had been destroyed. This was an entire world, a Varelian colony, one that had been home to millions. What the hell did we just do? Corin whispered in disbelief, his voice trembling for the first time. Chapter 3, Galactic Response. On the other side of the galaxy, Commander Thalana stood at the command center of the Varelian flagship, the Solstice. The Varelians were watching their monitors in stunned silence. The explosion they had just witnessed was no accident, it was a deliberate attack. Impossible, Thalana muttered, his telepathic senses reaching out, trying to sense the intentions behind the human actions. There was no doubt in his mind that the attack had come from Earth. The energy signature matched precisely. But why? The Varelians had been allies to Earth for centuries. Commander, one of his officers spoke urgently. The Earth fleet has just initiated a full lockdown on all communications. We can't get through to them. Thalana's mind raced. The implications of this attack were far-reaching. He quickly activated the intergalactic communication network, sending an emergency signal to the Galactic Council. He needed answers, and fast. Chapter 4, The Fallout. Back on Earth, the political fallout was immediate. Within hours, representatives from every corner of the galaxy flooded the United Earth government with demands for an explanation. Director Elara Vasquez, a sharp-minded intelligence officer, was called in to investigate the breach. She had long been involved in the intricacies of Earth's diplomatic and intelligence networks, but this was something else. A galactic crisis was unfolding before her eyes, and she had to navigate the treacherous waters of both diplomacy and military response. The Galactic Council, a conglomerate of over 50 species, was furious. The Varelians had already begun mobilizing, and the other factions were unsure whether Earth had acted in self-defense or if this was a declaration of war. At the heart of it all, Carter knew that the attack was a mistake, but it had been made under his command. There was no way to turn back now. Chapter 5, Diplomacy and Deception. Elara worked tirelessly with the Varelian ambassadors, trying to explain the mistake. Meanwhile, Carter and Corin were under heavy scrutiny, their every move watched by both military and political leaders. But there were whispers, rumors that the strike hadn't been an accident. Some believed that it had been a preemptive attack, meant to destabilize the Varelians before they could mobilize their... Thalana, meanwhile, was unwilling to trust the words of the humans. He'd seen their military might firsthand, and though they were allies, he couldn't shake the nagging thought that the humans might have deliberately provoked a war. This story would continue with the escalating tensions, the battle between diplomacy and war, and the struggle to uncover the truth behind the attack. As the plot unfolds, Carter, Corin, Thalana, and Elara would each grapple with their own sense of guilt, responsibility, and loyalty.